Shalom, shalom, shalom. All praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, which is to say in the Paleo Hebrew, Yahweh, which is the name of our Heavenly Father, meaning He is, Bahashem, meaning in the name, Yahweh Shai, meaning He is our salvation. And that is who the world ignorantly calls Jesus, a so-called black man. Okay? So, as I was walking this morning around 6:30-ish or so, I saw what, I could possibly perceive to be a chariot. And I filmed it, and I noticed that as I filmed it, it became more harder to recognize, okay? And the reason why is because of this man's wickedness, okay? And I'm going to play it so you can see it, okay? Because this man sprays chemtrails. For those of you who don't know what chemtrails is, we're going to look up that definition. This man, speaking of Esaw, Edom, the so-called white man, sprays chemtrails not only to try to disguise and hide things, but also to ruin things, okay? And people say, well, that's a conspiracy. It can't be proven. Well, I've seen him spray chemtrails at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Yes, in the morning while it's dark outside. I caught one plane going across the sky spreading chemtrails about 3:30, 2:30 a.m. Okay? They spray these chemtrails, and then when the rain comes down, it has to go through those chemicals, making that rainwater therefore obsolete, okay? So there's no limit to this man's wickedness, his madness, okay? Because you should be able to drink rainwater coming straight from the sky. But because he keep the chemtrails so consistent that when it rains, it has to go through that level of chemicals before it hits the surface, okay? That's why you may see cars, when it get rain, they have residue and, all type of stuff in it, okay? Because this man is truly indeed the wicked, okay? So I'm going to play this little bit of clip, and you're going to see these chemtrails that he sprayed, not only to disrupt, natural everyday life, because if it rains, it's going to get hit with, it's going to go through the chemtrails, but he also tries to hide certain things too amongst the chemtrails, okay? So you can see that little dot right there up under that chemtrail, which was more prevalent before all these chemtrails came into place. It was easier to see. But after you start seeing these chemtrails, it becomes harder to see. So let's let this play for a little bit, and then we'll get the definition of chemtrail, and then we'll get a couple of precepts. Okay? Here it goes. Oh, wicked ass motherfucker. See them chemtrails he trying to use to cover it up with? So there you see it. That's not natural, okay? Those are man-made streaks in the sky with chemicals, okay? That's exactly what they are, chemtrails. All right? You don't know what this guy is trying to cover up and hide, man. All right? He wants to try to block out the sun. He wants to try to block out the moon, the stars if he can, and much more. He would try to cover up the chariots if he could. All right, keep the sky so clouded that you can't see these chariots. Okay? But he can't. But he would love to try to. That's just the vain imagination of this man, Esaw Edom. He would try to keep the sky so convoluted that you can't see chariots. Okay? Because he's paranoid. All right? He's paranoid in the sense or the fact that he knows these chariots are showing up. That's spelling the end of his kingdom. So what does he do? He puts more and more of these chemtrails in the sky to keep you from seeing these things, okay? To discourage you from looking up in the sky, all right? Because if you look up in the sky and all you see is chemtrails, you ain't looking for, the chariots, okay? But you got to continue to look up because why? Our redemption is near, okay? So let's get a few precepts and let's get that definition of chemtrail. All right, this is the definition of chemtrail.
Chemtrail.
And as you can see, it says a visible trail left in the sky by an aircraft and believed by some to consist of chemical or biological agents released as part of a covert operation. And you can say that we conspiracy theories are crazy or whatever, man. But why would you be spraying these things at 3 o'clock in the morning while everybody's asleep? Because I have seen it with my own eyes, personally. 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, they out there spraying the sky, man. Okay, what you got going on at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning that you want to spray the sky when nobody's, up and about at that time of night, which is really early in the morning? All right? This man is full of it, okay? Let's look at some of the images. So you see, man, this is not normal, okay? This is why when Yahushua comes back, he's taking out all aviation, spacecraft, anything to do with being put up into the sky. Yahushua is going to take that all down, man. The only things that's going to be up in the sky is the chariots, okay? You won't have to worry about chemtrails in the kingdom, all right? So let's get a couple of precepts and let's take it from there. This is the book of Micah, chapter 2 and verse 1. It reads, "Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it." You see? So right at the break of, the sun coming up, they already spraying chemtrails, man. 6:30 in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning, chemtrails are already being spread throughout the sky. And even at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, okay? And then they got the nerve to say that it's a conspiracy. It's a conspiracy. But you see, they can only play that card for so long until it gets proven, okay? Just like what happened back in 2020 was a conspiracy until it was found out later on that, hey, it was a way to depopulate, okay? So it's always a conspiracy in the beginning, okay? But this is what is to be expected from someone like these Edomites that's in rulership right now, okay? They want to do everything to their fullest to stop this truth from going out, even if it means covering up or trying to cover up the chariots, the sun, the stars, the moon, whatever, with their chemtrails. Okay? It says, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. They in rulership right now. That's why they can tell you that it's a conspiracy. That's why they can tell you that it's a conspiracy, but yet continue to spray. All right? And it's never over the exclusive, wealthy neighborhood or communities. Okay? It's never over the wealthy or exclusive or, well-to-do off communities or neighborhoods. All right? It says, verse 2, and they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. Right. If they want your property, that your land, all they got to do is raise the property tax up on it. Or they could just take it by what's that? I believe it's called what is that? Where they could just seize your property, preeminence, not preeminence. I can't think of it right now. But they could just seize your property if they want to. Okay? I think it's eminent domain, something along that line, eminent domain, where they could just seize your property. It says, and take them away, so they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage. Right. Here it is. That land has been passed down from generation to generation, and now they could come up with some new law or something that they don't put, on the books behind closed doors that could come out. And if you ain't up on the law, you could lose your land that you have inherited from your great grandparents. You see? This is what's to be expected when you have a wicked ruler and rulership. All right? Chemtrails. You can lose your land. Anything to try to hide the truth, which is why he's getting ready to come with that great wrath, man. Okay? He's being exposed too much on a daily basis that now he's just going to have to come with it, man. All right? He's getting exposed day in, day out. All right? It ain't like it was back in the 90s and early 2000s and 80s where people didn't have access to the World Wide Web like they do now. He's getting videos is getting put up around the clock on this man. All right? So guess what? He's getting ready to make the necessary adjustments to stop all of that. Okay? Because he's been exposed for being the wicked. All right? The self-proclaimed so-called white man, known by his biblical name, the Edomite, or Esau, the progenitor, is being sought out to be the wicked. Okay? And Jeremiah 31 and 37 says he tries to search out these things. The skies. Oh yeah, let me go up there and see if I can fill it up with chemicals to cover up, to blot out, to, whatever. The bottom of the oceans. Let me see how far I can go down to see if I can discover something. Because he knows, according to prophecy, if he can measure these things, then guess what? He thinks that he can get and do away with the Israelites. Because Yahweh says, if thou can measure the heavens or beneath the foundations, then will I do away with the Israelites. So let's go there and read that. Jeremiah 31 and 37. It reads, let's start at 35. Jeremiah 31:35 reads, Thus saith Yahweh, which giveth the sun for a light by day, and the ordinances of the moon and of the stars for a light by night, which divideth the sea when the waves thereof roar. Yahweh of hosts is his name. 36. If those ordinances depart from before me, saith Yahweh, then the seed of Israel also shall cease from being a nation before me forever. So you see, this man ain't no limit to the extent he'll go. He'll try to go all the way up there with these chemtrails and block out, the stars, the moon, the sun, to try to do away with it so he can what? Have the Most High make good on his word and do away with the Israelites. This is how bad this man wants his blessing, to keep his kingdom going. But he can't have it because it's written, okay? Verse 37, Thus saith Yahweh, if heaven above can be measured. This is why he's constantly sending spaceships up to, space to measure, okay? It says, Thus saith Yahweh, if heaven above can be measured and the foundations of the earth searched out beneath. This is why he's sending ships down to the bottom of I believe it's called the Mariana Trench. Tries to search out the deepest part of the ocean. This is this man's mindset. This sick, convoluted mindset that he thinks he can do these things to get rid of what? You so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. It says, Thus saith Yahweh, if heaven above can be measured, and the foundations of earth searched out beneath, I will also cast off all the seed of Israel for all that they have done, saith Yahweh. You see? So this man is trying to make good on this, man. He's trying to search it out. He's trying to blot out the stars, the ordinances of the moon, the light, the moon, the stars, the ordinances, the light. He's trying to block it out, man. Cover it up with chemtrails, Who knows what this madman has in store? And it's a conspiracy. Let his watchdogs tell it. It's a conspiracy. Certain things AI gets right, and certain things AI don't want to have nothing to do with it. This AI, I went and typed in chemtrails, and it's conspiracy. You see, because they know what to program AI to give you to, look up, and then they know not what to give AI to give you to look up unless you go really searching and looking for it, okay? So yes, this man uses these chemtrails to do multiple things. Taint the rainwater, block out certain things, and keep you feeling under the weather, man. Because a lot of these chemicals that he's putting in the sky, when it comes down, you inhaling that, man. And you wonder why your allergies are always acting up. Yeah, it could be the pollen or whatever, but it's also a lot to do with these chemicals, man. You wonder why you're stuffed up all the time. You wonder why you're aching. Man, it's this man chemtrails, man, along with other factors. That's why we can't wait to get the hell out of this, man. This is not our rest. Micah 2:10. We were right there. Micah 2:1. Woe to them that devise iniquity. And then we jump down to verse 10. It says, Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction, man. This place is not fit for consumption, man. We were only brought here for a season to live out our punishment and then wake up and get ready to get up out of here, man. The current ruler has completely destroyed this place, man. He has damn near made it impossible to inhabit. And when he brings forth that microchip, you ain't gonna want to be here, man. All right? When he implements that microchip and put in that final touch to bring it forth, and it's actually here, and everything that goes along with it, you ain't gonna want to be here. Trust and believe. You think it's bad now. Just wait. You ain't seen nothing. Okay? So that's why we gotta pray that Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai comes yesterday. Okay? We need salvation. We need deliverance. This place is not fit, man. Okay? When you wake up to this truth, you see just how bad this place really is, man. Everything is designed to come up against you, man. That's why you gotta, take your health a little bit more serious, okay? To the best of your ability, because everything is up against you. Everything. Trying to get you up out of here, man. This devil knows exactly what he's doing. From his medicine that he gives you to the ailments that he produces for you to get the medicine, from the women that he corrupts and keeps them sleeping with other men, passing on different things, to the food we got to eat. That's why this place is Babylon the Great, man. Also known as America, this place has to be destroyed, man. When you look at it in its totality, there's nothing good about this place. Not one single thing. You can't find one thing that's good about this place because it wasn't meant to be good. That's why it's ready to be destroyed, man. Thus saith the Lord. Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Okay? So we just got to hang in a little bit longer, man. And we almost up out of this place. You're going to see what it feels like, especially if you ain't ever left America, to actually leave this place and go to some place I can't even put it into numbers better than this place. And that's what we yearning for, man. We're yearning to go back home. And not just that, but to be in righteousness. To serve our power, Yahweh, in righteousness, okay? That's what we are yearning for, okay? So guess what? We got to keep holding on, man. Got to keep, hey, it ain't going to get no easier, but hey, you see the alternative. What you gonna do? Go back into the world doing this and just be a 2/3 Jake? No, man, you got to keep fighting, man. Got to keep fighting the good fight. It's almost through. This is 1 Peter chapter 5 and verse 8. It reads, "Be sober, be vigilant." Why? Because your adversary, the devil, hey, this man is trying to destroy you. And that's why this truth is so important. As it says in Isaiah 33:6, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. That's why this truth is so important. Imagine if you didn't have this truth. You'd be through. All right? You would be through if you didn't have this truth, man. This truth is the only thing that's keeping you glued together, okay? In these mortal bodies, man. We're trying to keep it together, man, until we can get made perfect. Until we can be made immortals. This truth is the only thing that's keeping us together, man. Because these bodies are ready to crash. They ready, man. They ready. These bodies ain't no good, man. This truth is the only thing that's keeping these bodies together, man. Holding us up by a thread. But that's all we need is that thread. Long as it's that right thread, that truth, it's holding us together. All right? These bodies want to just collapse, but no, man. We got to keep enduring, because it says, Mark 13:13, and ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, but he that shall endure to the end, the same shall be saved. We got to endure to the end, man. Okay? Even if it feel like you being held on by a thread, like you just, long as you got the truth, man, that's all you need. It may feel like, damn, my body is aching. I don't feel good. That's all part of it. That's all part of the walk, man. And Satan knows that. The devil knows that. This damn Edomite knows that. That's why he ain't cutting you no break. He's only going to turn up, man. He's at the end of his rulership. So it says what? Be sober. Be vigilant. Why? Because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. He up there in the sky spraying chemtrails. Make no mistake about it, man. If you think it's a conspiracy, keep thinking. All right? You're going to find out that, you ain't going to get no better while he's spraying all these damn chemicals up there. And you guess what? You breathing it. And there's nothing you can do but, pray to the Most High, man, that he keeps that hedge of protection around you. All right? That's the only thing we can do is pray, man. What else are we going to do? Walk around here with an oxygen mask? We just got to pray, man. Yahweh Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shai. Just take care of us. Look out for your elect. Those that are keeping your word to the best of their ability. Okay? As it says in Psalms 124, if it had not been for Yahweh, then would men say, Psalms 124 and 1, if it had not been for Yahweh, if it had not been Yahweh who was on our side, now may Israel say, if it had not been Yahweh who was on our side, when men rose up against us, then they had swallowed us up quick, when their wrath was kindled against us. Man, we got to get out of here, man. We got to get out of here. This place is destroying us, man. This place is destroying us. These bodies ain't helping, man. These bodies aren't made to last here in America, man. Babylon the Great. These bodies that we have, it ain't made for this place. Okay? This place is truly indeed the valley of the shadow of death, man. It's death around the corner each way you go, man. From the sky, from the water you drink, from the food you eat, from the air you breathe, ain't nothing but death around this place, man. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. For thou art with me, thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. This is all we got is this word. This word is this rod and this staff, man. It comforts us to know that, there's hope on the other side, man. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of my enemies. Even with this damn wicked man trying to take us out, the Most High is still preparing a table before us, man. So that we can get our daily bread. So that we can get by. We just getting by. But the Most High is making a way for us because this man is trying to take us out. This place ain't made for us, man. You see? And you got Jake in the world that's trying to cope with this place by what? Putting their body through the ringer. You got Jake, he can't take it, so what did he do? He might do him an 8-ball, or he might get, pissy drunk. Only exacerbating the situation even worse, man. Jake might smoke something. See, this body is your temple. You're supposed to make sure you trying your best to, upkeep the maintenance. But you see, the way Esau got it, man, he putting so much on your plate, on your table, that he's making you contribute to destroying your body, your temple. Speaking of those that aren't in the truth, 2/3 of our people, they ain't understanding, man. They just living life on the edge, okay? Being oppressed, they gonna do what? Go drink, go smoke, do a little bit of Molly, do this, do that, go eat abominable foods, and everything that they shouldn't be doing, man. Putting more wear and tear on their bodies than they should. Already behind the 8-ball, the proverbial 8-ball, but now they adding to it because why? They don't got the truth. They don't got the wisdom and knowledge, man. See, this wisdom and knowledge is keeping us from completely falling apart, man. Because we understand now that this place is not our resting place. Before we thought we could make it in here, so we were willing to destroy our bodies to try to make it here and to, leave some type of legacy behind. But this place is meant to be destroyed, man. We're no longer in that mindset that this is our rest, because we know that this isn't our rest, okay? And we can't wait for prophecies to start to come frequently until they get to that mark of the beast and they push that and make it mandatory. Then we out of here shortly afterwards. So we just got to keep pushing it to the end, brothers. Okay? So First Peter chapter 5 and verse 8 reads, "Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour." All right? Stay sharp. Okay? And that's going to be it. We're going to close out. Pray someone was edified through this lesson. And until the next time, if it be the Lord's will, stay strong, stay in the faith. We almost home. Shalom. Peace.